So our Mercury retrograde is already off to an eventful start. A diaper went through the washing machine this morning. So there's just like diaper beads all over the entire load of laundry, not to mention the hazard it poses to our plumbing, which is really not great. So I'm trying to find the humor in it. And also trying not to feel like a complete dumbass for letting that happen. I probably scooped a pile of laundry off the floor and put it in the washing machine. And it's just like, well, you know, my husband said accidents happen. And it was just like really great to hear him say that, because he's the one who's got to clean it up. So, because he knows how to do all that stuff. So it's got me thinking about this new moon in Sagittarius and how this is a moon in Sagittarius. It's kind of like we have to go with the flow. We have to learn to find the perspective. We have to learn to find the higher road. And of course, this is a lunation that is ruled by Jupiter, which is all about elevation, perspective, and it's in Gemini. So there's a lot of information here to take in. And I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling like I need to take a little bit of a break from social media. I haven't been on it barely at all this week. I'm just feeling like I'm just overwhelmed by how much information there is. I'm overwhelmed by how many social media platforms there are. I'm just feeling overwhelmed from it all and just feeling like I don't have the bandwidth to keep up with everything right now. And you know, that's the other side of it, is that this is a new moon that squares Saturn, and Saturn is all about knowing our limits and knowing where to set boundaries and to say, you know, I've had enough, like when to say no or when to retreat from something. Saturn also represents solitude, knowing when to take a break, knowing when to step back from something. And I've just really been feeling the pull to just listen. I wasn't even planning on making like a full batch of videos this week, the way I normally do, simply because I've just been feeling the pull to listen, to go with the flow and to listen. And as astrologers, I think it benefits us to do that from time to time. You know, as astrologers who write horoscopes and create forecasts, we're always having to be a step ahead, a week ahead, a month ahead. And sometimes it benefits us to just sit and be with the energy. And yet this is only partially true, because I was also trying to get to my desk and record, but you know, just with the events of the week too, I've got kids on school break and I've just needed to go with the flow. So that's Sagittarius too, is just needing to go with the flow. But circling back to my original point, okay, Mercury and Sagittarius, we're doing the run-on sentences. How like both things can be true. We can laugh about the diaper going through the wash. Oh my God, how funny, what a great story. But we can also be in holding a state of dread about what could happen down the road, with the plumbing and how expensive that could be to fix it. And I think about that on a macro level, about how yesterday I could, have a wonderful day with my family and share a wonderful meal and count our blessings for things, but also hold a state of mourning for the state of the world, for the indigenous peoples. You know, like we can hold space for that duality in a sign like Sagittarius, especially with Jupiter in Gemini, also a mutable sign. Saturn in Pisces, also a mutable sign. So there's a lot of mutability going on. Like we can be overjoyed that a new happy chapter is beginning, and we can be really sad that something is ending. I just drove by my friends. They're packing up to move, and it's been so lovely having them live right down the street from us. But it's also, you know, sad to see them go, but it's happy that I can be happy that they're starting a new chapter. And I think it's important to be able to hold that duality. I saw something on a meme this morning that said, you know, you can hold a state of grief and also enchantment and they're not mutually exclusive. You can have both in different spaces in your life and in different doses. So that's a little bit about this Sagittarius new moon and Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. I'm going to be dropping in like this to talk to you about Mars retrograde here pretty soon. But yeah, this is your little in the car, sun taking a snooze before we go in the house astrology shot of the day. I hope that this new moon is beautiful for you and it helps you to appreciate those ups and downs. And take space if you need to. Mars is going retrograde. Mercury is stationing retrograde. It's a good time to pause. Bye.